SBR Forum Videos, I'm Peter Loshak. The college basketball season, 2013 regular season is starting, and we are going to preview the two big games coming up on Tuesday with Joe Duffy from OffshoreInsiders.com. We did this in the NBA. We previewed the opening day, the three opening day games in the NBA with Joe Duffy this year, and how did he go? 2-1? No, 3-0 against the spread in the NBA. So I'm, thinking we might have two winners here with Joe Duffy from OffshoreInsiders.com. Thanks so much for doing this with us, Joe.
Thank you, Peter. We love all sports, and college basketball had a phenomenal year last year. 2-1 so far this year, but it's early.
All right, Joe Duffy, I'm just gonna take about seven. Everyone wants your analysis. I'm gonna take 7 seconds here. Just give you your respect this year. Phenomenal record at your site in football, in our NFL handicapping videos, in the NBA opening day videos. Joe Duffy from OffshoreInsiders.com. Congratulations, man.
Yeah, thank you. 22-11 with our Wise Guy plays in football as we enter another great week in college and pro football at OffshoreInsiders.com.
Unreal. All right, so happy you do so many vids with us. All right, the first game we're going to cover, Michigan State at Kentucky, right? Kentucky starting out the season ranked number 1, and Kentucky has, as we all know, the best recruiting class of any college team in any sport in the history of all college sports this year. We're all talking about it, right? I mean, it's unbelievable. People cannot shut the hell up about this Kentucky recruiting class. Michigan State, of course, Tom Izzo, great coach. Michigan State comes in with a ton of experience, and I think it's very telling that even though Michigan State is ranked number 2 at the moment, they're a 3.5-point favorite at BetOnline, which is the line that we're going to use for the purposes of this call. So I'm thinking Michigan State minus 3.5 is a play. What do you think, Joe Duffy?
Yeah, no, Julius Randle and James Young, they're projected as 2 of the top 6 picks coming up in the NBA draft, assuming they will come out, and I am assuming that they are. But here's what a lot of sharps that I spoke to were really concerned about these new hand-checking rules and how they're going to affect each and every team. And at least as far as the high-profile teams, keep in mind, Tom Izzo, no question he's a tremendous coach, but he plays that nasty, physical, defensive style. And he's the one who might have to make a lot of adjustments. It's going to be quite interesting to see how the officiating affects him. Kentucky's for real. They're loaded on offense. They're high-powered. I believe that Kentucky is going to be much less affected by the early rule changes. They're not going to have to make quite too many adjustments. Meanwhile, Michigan State could get caught a little off guard early. The officiating is going to be more important to handicap early in the year. But yes, Kentucky's for real. They're loaded. So I'm definitely leaning towards Kentucky. Whether or not I love it enough to be a premium play, I'm not sure, but I do like Kentucky here.
Yeah, and a lot of people are talking about that hand-checking issue, and it's not clear exactly how important it's going to be, how much it's going to be enforced. Are they really going to enforce it against an Izzo coach team? Are they going to, clamp down on him?
Yeah, they are. I mean, so far in the lower-profile games, there are more fouls that are being called. So I do think that Tom Izzo is going to be affected by it. Now, he's a heck of a coach. I do think he's going to adjust, but right now, this is his first big test with these new rules, and I do think Kentucky's got the physical talent to take advantage of that.
All right, and then the other question is just how cohesive of a unit do you think Kentucky really is going to be here? We know that Michigan State's going to be, have to come in with experience and familiarity. Do you think Kentucky will be playing as a unit, or do you think they'll look a little bit confused and disoriented on the court here?
Yeah, well, admittedly, Kentucky last year, they were highly touted, and they did look a bit, not too much chemistry early in the year. But all in all, now, when it comes to smaller college basketball teams, we still consider experience to be important. But when it comes to the bigger college teams, it is amazing how I would take talent first and foremost. Of course, Michigan State will probably have slightly more chemistry, but again, I think they're going to be more affected by the new rules. So all in all, give me talent, and Kentucky has a ton of talent. Yeah, everyone's comparing. I know we've heard the Fab Five comparisons before, but this time, every single respected source that I read agrees this is as good of a recruiting class as has ever been in college basketball.
All right, Joe Duffy is going on record with Kentucky plus 3.5. For me, it's a pass. Be a great game to watch, but I don't think I'm going to bet this one.
Yeah, it may be a pass on my premium picks, but I am going to go with Kentucky.
For the purposes of our videos. Thanks, Joe.